Friends, today's video is about paraphrasing in reading and how, if we understand the meaning of paraphrasing, it will help you to do the reading task in an easier way. So what paraphrasing is? Paraphrasing means to reword, to restate, to rewrite. Let's imagine that a script is given to you and you translate it in your own words, but there is one condition, that the meaning in paraphrasing remains the same. Then only the information matters. So I'll explain to you that how it is used by the test setters, and they complicate the task for you with the help of paraphrasing techniques. So this is going to be very useful to all of you who are preparing not only for IELTS, but anyone in general who plans to take a reading test. In many competitive examinations, we know that reading passages, comprehension passages are given. There is one example here. Don't forget that you need to bring your money for the field trip as well as lunch next Tuesday. So one long sentence has been shortened into this small statement: bring money and lunch next Tuesday for the field trip. There is no difference if we find out the meaning. Only the words have been replaced by either the synonyms or the sentence structure has been changed. Let's look at this example. This is the original text. Willy Wonka was famous for his delicious candy, and children and adults loved to eat it. So the paraphrased version of this text is: Willy Wonka was known throughout the world because people enjoyed eating the tasty candy he made. You can see that the word famous has been replaced by known throughout. Delicious becomes tasty. Love to eat, enjoyed eating. Children and adults have been replaced by people. So this is simple way. And what happens in IELTS reading is that in a comprehension passage, long content is given to us. Maybe 500, 700 words are given. And there are 6, 7, 8 or 12 questions which are asked from that long passage. So once we scan that where the answer exactly lies, afterwards paraphrasing comes to our use. Then we must match the meaning instead of matching the words or just looking for the synonyms. There are different methods which are adopted. One is using synonyms, which is very popular, quite popular. And I have seen this, that generally 80% of the people only try to match the synonyms as soon as they find a word or a synonym for it. They say that, okay, we have found the answer, but this is not the case. Sometimes the meaning can change. Antonyms are also used. The word order or sentence structure is changed. Converting a sentence into active or passive voice is quite popular in reading section. Let's look at this slide and figure out what synonyms exactly are. So English language has no dearth of words. There are varied versions for one expression, one emotion. For example, happy, I can say joyful, I can say ecstatic, optimistic, cheerful, angry, frustrated, unhappy, sad, upset, furious, short-tempered, and so on. Let's look at this content now. Here you see there are two statements which are taken from IELTS reading passage. And there is a question which is based on these statements. Now you see here, let's look at the question first. Dogs evolved from wolves which chose to live with humans. So my keywords here are wolves became dogs. So I have to look for wolves chose to live. Now you see these words have already been highlighted. Some learn to live with human beings in a mutually helpful way and gradually involved in dogs. So some, who are these some here? Some means, for this we need to refer to the last sentence. Here we don't find the meaning of some. So the previous sentence says, wolves may have started living at the edge of human settlement as scavengers, eating scraps of foods and waste. Some learn to live. So this some means the wolves. So the wolves learn to live with human beings. Now you see, both the statements are the same. The meaning is exactly the same. They are in harmony with each other. Dogs evolved means wolves were transformed into dogs. And if this is a true, false, not given type of a question, my answer would be yes. There's another example. Many foreign students do the IELTS test in their home countries. The reading passage says, most overseas students sit for the IELTS test in their country of origin. So foreign students are the overseas students. Do is replaced by sit. Though do is not technically a synonym of sit, but here the way it has been used, it becomes actually the same, the similar version of do. So there is where paraphrasing comes into role. Home country, country of origin, and many is most. Not only synonyms are used, but the usage of antonyms is quite common in IELTS reading passages. While many governments have taken steps to implement privatization programs, progress has been slower than was anticipated in the early 1980s. According to Bellis, although the implementation of privatization programs has been a priority for many governments, progress in the area has not been as rapid as expected in the early 1980s. So it has not been as rapid and has been slower, are antonyms of each other. Both have varied different meanings. But with the help of these only, source text and the paraphrase statements are giving the similar meaning to us. Word order is changed, or sometimes the sentence order is altogether, made complicated. Look at this statement. As languages such as Spanish, Chinese, and English become more widely used, there is a fear that many minority languages may die out. So there is a fear becomes the first part of our sentence here. There is a dismay. So fear is dismay here, that many less used languages, means minority languages, may pass away, may die out, as languages such as Chinese, English, and Spanish become more broadly spoken. So the order of these words has also been changed or made a little complicated. Another common way of making the text little trickier, the questions are twisted always, is changing a sentence from active to passive voice or from passive voice to active voice. One simple example, the shareholders invested $20 million in the equity funds. Another version of it, $20 million were invested in the equity funds by the shareholders. Let's look at one example from IELTS comprehension passages. Shah's new organizational structure requires 75% of old management positions. There are 25% fewer management positions in the Shah's management model, enabling significant savings. So you see that again, sentence structure has been molded, and many times the candidates complain that they try to locate the word, or sorry, this number, but the numbers are nowhere to be found. So here the sentence says that now there are 75% old management positions, and this statement suggests that 25% fewer management positions they have. So 100 minus 25 is 75. So this is very simple if you do paraphrasing properly. So my dear friends, with this video, I want to tell you that please realize that IELTS reading is quite simple. Simple in a way because unlike writing, no one is required to produce new ideas here. You just need to paraphrase, match the information once you scan and skim it. And if the meaning is the same, your answers are matching. If it is in contrast to each other, it means it does not match. So this is the soul of IELTS. Not only it is used, paraphrasing is used in reading, but in writing, speaking, and listening modules as well. I'll come back to you once again with another video. Till then, bye-bye.